Hey guys, what's up? Sorry about me not making videos, but do have a new thing to show you. So this was the old barrel. So this is the old barrel, which by the way, if you don't know why the cable ties were on there, they're actually on there to stop this crack from getting bigger, and also because it would actually fly out of here into here, which we didn't want. So I've been in process of replacing this barrel, completely replaced it, and yeah. So this is the old slide system. It's really cool. So I'll show you what it looked like on the gun. Old barrel looked like on the gun. Also, I've given the gun a whole new look. A really nice varnish job, if I say so myself. Looks really cool. Quite like it. It looks kind of rustic, which is kind of cool. And yeah, that's where the old barrel would go. So this thing would fly up to here, go through that crack up to here, breaking the barrel. So in comparison, this is the barrel normally. Right, normal barrel. The new barrel, if you compare old barrel to new barrel, you're gonna notice two things. Firstly, it's a little bit longer than the previous barrel. Secondly, the actual slide release that I'm using, or slide bit, is a lot longer. So if you put you can see that's where they start. This one's a lot longer, and the reason why this one is longer is I have to re-engineer the barrel a little bit, just a little, so that when this thing is locked, this is going to have a little bit more of a shorter trigger pull. So you just have to pull it just a little to get that baby up. Normally when the thing fired, it would end right here. It would kind of end. Now I've designed it so it goes past that, and the rubber bands would by then stop. They would stop pulling on that, so it won't be a constant heavy force, and it'll be a dissipating force. And then all I need to do is put one shock absorber right in the front here. So that's why I'm doing that. And now, as you can see, this barrel actually looks nicer on this gun because it's a lot longer. In this case, it's a lot. As you can see, my workshop is a complete utter pigsty. Yeah, it's Christmas, guys. I've been taking a break, okay? Sorry. So there. Now that's me explaining. Hey guys, this is part one of the rebuild. Just finished doing two things to it. First thing I did was burn patterning on this, which on the receiver, well, the actual weapon handle, shouldn't be a receiver, then the moving part on it. There's one moving part on it, so it should, yeah, it's lower then. It's lower, and as you can see, it's looking really sexy. Check out how long, that is all burnt grain in there, so I burnt the kind of less, so in wood there's a high lignin, so there's different side. This is kind of the rings that you see in the wood, this stuff here. This is the normal cellulose, so this is actually running. When you pull that, and now you can see I've also refined the trigger movement, so I can have a safety mode in case I need safety mode. But if you don't, you can also move the trigger in firing position and fire it. It's kind of, that's how I designed it, so that you had the safety. If it dropped, it wouldn't be in the water. So firstly, I have to remove all the glue in the old low receiver that took forever. I had to use a ton of things to fix that. An absolute metric load. So here is the receiver. So this is the receiver we're using. It is long, fits onto there quite nicely. In comparison, these are lower. Wait up, one. Yeah. Here we are. That's the old one, and as you can see it would look, but it's cracked, so yeah. But that's kind of like how it works. And yeah, this is now currently just ready for my please and lead up. Hurry up, please. Let's do a test. So I've just done it, gluing, so, and everything seems to be. I'm just fine. Which is nice. Back with the zip gun, and today with the zip gun we're actually going to be talking about two things. Mainly the improvements I've done to it, and also things I've had to do to stop issues that were very prominent in the old one. Firstly, I'm going to keep this at one band for now, but if we also shout out to the Slingshot channel. If it wasn't for him and some of the mechanisms he built using wood in that, I would have probably not have came up with something like this. So I just want to say big thanks to him, because he, in my opinion, actually helped me while I was designing the Mark II variant. First thing you'll notice on the Mark II is that the barrel has been sanded. Now that's not just, that's mainly for looks, but also what I've done is, if I can get a good angle on this, you can see how that has that angle when I aim it. It's quite far down, and if that continues, it'll normally be in a slightly different direction. Now what I've done, if I just remove this, so this is one of the modifications I did. Firstly, I made it so that, focus phone. When it fires, the trigger now pushes that up. You can see when that pushes it up, it has quite a height. So it starts fairly flat. So, and then when you push all the way down, it gets a lot higher. The reason why I did that was when you held it right mainly here, it'll bump your hand. Now modification that I've done, which is a little bit more mainly for cosmetics, is that I completely, remember the old one that was all plain wood? Yeah, I redid that. I did a burnt pattern onto the wood, which is really nice. Quite happy with how that came out. Pretty sure my friend Loki would be too. But yeah, all that was nicely burnt in, gives it a nice kind of a weird like end of the world type feel now. Quite fan of. Now another modification that is less noticeable. If you look at the top, there's no hole. And that was to prevent a crack from happening, but as you can see, nope, we've still lost to the crack. Now I don't know why we lost to it, but we did. Unfortunately, that does happen. Sometimes you lose sort of things like that. So obviously now here's the funniest part of this whole thing. The other one, it took 3 rubber bands to cause that a crack. This one, it took 2. And I think I know why. See how that material's been trimmed? Yeah, that's got 6 bony of that corrections. Move this down here. See how that material's been trimmed? Let's get a little focus. Come on. Okay, it won't focus on that focus. See, anyways, what I was saying is, see how that material is slightly, there's a slight divot there. And I think it was because when I was using my Dremel, I didn't clean up the end properly because I was afraid it would be too long and it wouldn't do well. But I think it would have needed a little more length and a shock absorber. So next 2 modifications will be a shock here, and that shock will basically slow down that thing so it doesn't slam into you. And also I'm probably going to use some type of steel instead of the cable ties, because the cable ties ends up breaking, which is hugely annoying. But yeah, I'll slow you to slow-mo